quick word about being anxious, stressed, or worried. It's pretty well documented at this stage that it's our early warning system. People will talk about our fight or flight, which comes from a time a long time ago. You know, human society has moved at a pace that evolution can't catch up, and we're still running life or death chemicals, but we're putting them into a modern world which they're not really suitable for, because we're not facing life or death situations on a daily basis. But the reality is we're creating the feelings of life or death situations on a daily basis, and they can really overcome people or disable them. And I know myself, I suffered an awful lot with worry. You know, when I first became sober, I used to think I would never be able to have a normal life. I used to think the wreckage of the past would come back. You know, it didn't really matter. I was always able to concoct a reason to kind of feel worried. But you know, the reality is, in the modern world, 85% of what we worry about never happens. And I remember when I heard that for the first time, and the word that's often used for it is paper tigers. You know, that we spend so much time worrying about things and they just never materialize. They never materialize. Now, the real danger with worry is that it doesn't stop any of the bad things from happening, but it does stop you from enjoying the good things that are happening. That's the real thing, and it was certainly my experience with it. I believe our greatest weapon against stress is our ability to pick our thought. Yeah, ability to pick one thought over another. So pick this one. That's what I would suggest to you. If you're looking at this now and you're anxious, maybe pick this. Go back to the rear view mirror, have a look back, and think of all the things that you worried about, that you stayed awake worrying about, that you lay in the middle of the night trying to figure out, and think how many of them never happened. Just think how many of them never happened. And the reality is, you're going to find that 85% of the stuff that you worried about was a paper tiger. And you can't get the time back. You can't actually get the time back. But when we start to become aware of that, what it starts to do is it starts to release us a little bit from the clutches of the chemicals. Because when the chemicals are flowing, you know, when the chemicals are flowing, there's not an awful lot you can do. And the way you do that is you don't feed the tigers, okay? That's the way I want you to remember this. Don't feed the tigers. Make sure that you remember 85% of everything you worry about will never happen. So don't feed the tigers. Try and be happy and try and enjoy what's happening around you. I'll talk to you soon.